Have you ever wondered what it truly means to live a life of purpose and resilience? In our pursuit of success and happiness, we often overlook the wisdom that lies within us, the strength to navigate challenges, the clarity to embrace change, and the courage to remain grounded. Stoicism, with its timeless teachings, offers us a roadmap to achieve exactly that. You've already uncovered 7 powerful secrets from Stoic philosophy, each one a step closer to mastering the art of living well. But the journey doesn't end here. In the next part of this series, we'll reveal the remaining 8 secrets designed to deepen your self-awareness, inspire meaningful action, and help you find true peace amid life's chaos. Ready to take the next step? Click subscribe now to continue exploring these transformative principles, and don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. What's been your greatest takeaway so far? Let's uncover the wisdom of Stoicism together. Secret 8. Find strength in stillness, a Stoic guide to resilience and clarity. In a world that thrives on speed and noise, the idea of stillness might seem counterintuitive. Our culture often equates busyness with productivity and movement with progress. Yet, the Stoics, masters of navigating life's uncertainties, recognized that true strength comes not from relentless action, but from the ability to pause, reflect, and remain composed in the face of chaos. Epictetus, whose teachings have inspired countless seekers of wisdom, put it simply: when we are upset, we blame external events, but the real problem lies in how we interpret them. This insight points us toward the power of stillness, not as inactivity, but as a purposeful practice of observing our thoughts, grounding ourselves, and responding to life with clarity and intention. The power of stillness. Stillness is not passivity. It is the ability to hold steady when the world around us seems to spin out of control. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, often reminded himself of the value of staying grounded. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This practice of stillness allows us to step back from the noise, gain perspective, and respond to challenges with wisdom rather than impulsivity. It is in these quiet moments that we find our most profound insights and strengthen our resilience. Stillness in practice. But how do we cultivate stillness in a world that constantly demands our attention? The Stoics offer timeless strategies that remain as relevant today as they were 2,000 years ago. Before reacting, when faced with a challenge or provocation, resist the urge to respond immediately. Instead, take a moment to breathe and reflect. This simple act creates space between stimulus and response, allowing you to choose a course of action aligned with your values. Engage in daily reflection. Marcus Aurelius made a habit of journaling his thoughts each day, using this practice to clarify his beliefs and prepare for life's uncertainties. Set aside time to reflect on your actions and decisions. Ask yourself, did I act with integrity today? Did I respond wisely to challenges? Simplify your focus. The Stoics believed in directing energy only toward what is within our control. By narrowing your focus to what truly matters, you free yourself from unnecessary distractions and worries. Seek solitude regularly. Carve out moments of silence in your day to connect with your inner thoughts. This isn't about isolating yourself, but about creating a sanctuary of calm where you can recharge and refocus. Meditate on nature. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, found inspiration in the natural world. Observing the stillness of a tree or the rhythm of waves can remind us of life's larger patterns and bring a sense of perspective to our struggles. The benefits of stillness. Practicing stillness transforms how we navigate life. When we embrace moments of quiet, we strengthen our ability to remain calm under pressure, make better decisions, and build resilience against stress. Stillness also enhances our relationships. By listening more and reacting less, we cultivate deeper connections and foster mutual understanding. It shifts our interactions from reactive to intentional, allowing us to engage with others from a place of clarity and compassion. Most importantly, stillness anchors us in the present moment. As Marcus Aurelius observed, confine yourself to the present. When we stop chasing the future or dwelling on the past, we unlock the power of now, the only moment where life truly unfolds. Stillness amid chaos. It's easy to embrace stillness when life is smooth, but the real test comes during moments of chaos. The Stoics teach us that even in the midst of turmoil, we can cultivate a calm and steady mind. Epictetus likened this practice to the work of a sculptor. Carefully mold your character until it is stable and aligned with your principles. Consider a ship navigating a storm. The captain cannot calm the sea, but they can steer with steady hands, using their knowledge and tools to weather the waves. In the same way, stillness equips us to face life's storms with grace, focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. Take a moment to pause. Close your eyes and ask yourself, when was the last time I embraced stillness? How often do I allow myself the space to reflect, recalibrate, and simply be? The Stoics invite us to view stillness not as a luxury, but as a necessity for a well-lived life. In a world that constantly demands more, choosing stillness is a radical act of self-care and wisdom. Imagine what your life could look like if you embraced moments of quiet each day. Picture yourself responding to challenges with calm rather than chaos, making decisions with clarity rather than haste. This is the gift of stillness, the ability to find strength, clarity, and resilience in any situation. As Marcus Aurelius wisely wrote, "Be like the rock that the waves keep crashing over. It stands unmoved, and the raging of the sea falls still around it." Let stillness be your anchor, guiding you toward a life of purpose, peace, and unwavering strength. Secret 9. Learn to say no, the Stoic way to freedom and focus. In a culture that prizes busyness and people-pleasing, the simple act of saying no can feel like a rebellion. Yet, for the Stoics, the ability to say no was not just an act of defiance, it was a declaration of freedom. It was the means by which they safeguarded their time, energy, and values, ensuring they remained true to their purpose. Epictetus, a philosopher who transformed personal adversity into timeless wisdom, offered this reflection. No one is free who has not obtained the empire of himself. Saying no is one of the most powerful ways to assert that empire. It allows us to choose what aligns with our priorities and reject what detracts from our path. The cost of always saying yes. Every yes we offer comes with a cost, be it our time, focus, or peace of mind. While agreeing to requests may feel like the path of least resistance, it often leads to overcommitment, stress, and a life that feels dictated by others' expectations. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, understood this well. In his meditations, he urged himself to be mindful of distractions. If you are disturbed by external things, it is not they that trouble you, but your judgment of them, and it is in your power to wipe out that judgment now. By constantly saying yes, we relinquish our ability to prioritize what truly matters, allowing the external world to dictate our inner peace. The power of saying no. Saying no is an act of self-respect. It's a recognition that your time and energy are finite resources, deserving of thoughtful allocation. When you say no to distractions, you say yes to what truly aligns with your values and goals. The Stoics teach us that freedom is found not in doing everything, but in doing the right things. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, compared life to a banquet. Take what is offered, but only as much as fulfills your needs. Do not reach greedily, nor take what is not meant for you. This wisdom reminds us that restraint, including the restraint to say no, is essential for living with purpose and clarity. Practical Stoic strategies for saying no. The act of saying no can feel uncomfortable, especially in a world that equates agreement with kindness. However, the Stoics provide practical guidance for navigating this challenge with integrity and confidence. Clarify your priorities. Epictetus emphasized the importance of knowing what matters most. First, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Before agreeing to any request, ask yourself whether it aligns with your long-term goals and values. Practice deliberation. Avoid making impulsive commitments. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Take time to deliberate, but when the time for action arrives, stop thinking and go in." When asked for something, pause to consider whether it fits your priorities before responding. Reframe. No as a positive choice. Saying no is not about rejecting others, but about affirming your boundaries. When you decline, think of it as protecting your ability to give your best to what matters most. Use graceful language. The Stoics valued kindness and tact. When saying no, express gratitude for the opportunity and explain your decision clearly. For example, "Thank you for thinking of me, but I have to prioritize other commitments right now." Anticipate pushback. Recognize that not everyone will appreciate your boundaries. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "People exist for one another. Teach them or bear with them. Stand firm in your decision while remaining understanding of others' perspectives." The freedom of boundaries. When you master the art of saying no, you reclaim control over your life. Your time becomes an intentional investment rather than a reaction to others' demands. This doesn't mean you stop helping others or engaging with your community. It means you do so from a place of authenticity and purpose, rather than obligation or guilt. By saying no to what doesn't serve you, you open the door to deeper focus and fulfillment. Imagine a life where your days are filled with tasks and relationships that genuinely align with your values. This is the freedom the Stoics envisioned, a life guided by deliberate choices rather than external pressures. Consider your own life. How often do you say yes out of habit, fear, or a desire to please? How might your life change if you began saying no more often? The Stoics invite us to view each decision as an opportunity to affirm our values. Saying no is not an act of rejection, it is an affirmation of what truly matters. As Epictetus reminds us, freedom is the power to choose your own chains. By choosing where to invest your time and energy, you shape a life of purpose and integrity. Imagine the clarity and peace that come from setting boundaries. Picture yourself embracing each day with the confidence that your time is spent meaningfully, your efforts aligned with your goals. Saying no is not a barrier. It's a gateway to a life lived intentionally and fully. As you move forward, let the wisdom of the Stoics guide you. With each thoughtful no, you affirm your commitment to what matters most, building a life of strength, freedom, and purpose. Secret 10. Detach from the fear of loss, the Stoic key to courage and freedom. Fear of loss is one of the most profound and universal emotions we experience as human beings. We fear losing loved ones, careers, opportunities, possessions, and even our sense of identity. This fear, while deeply ingrained, often becomes a barrier that keeps us from living fully and freely. The Stoics understood this well, teaching that freedom and courage are only possible when we release our attachment to what can be taken from us. Epictetus, one of Stoicism's most influential voices, put it succinctly: "You are disturbed not by the loss itself, but by the idea that you have lost something valuable." This insight challenges us to question our perceptions of loss and invites us to reframe it as a natural part of life rather than a catastrophic event. The burden of fear. Fear of loss manifests in many ways. It can keep us from taking risks, pursuing dreams, or forming meaningful relationships. We cling tightly to what we have, thinking that by holding on, we can prevent it from slipping away. Yet, the tighter we grip, the more we exhaust ourselves and limit our growth. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, reminds us of life's impermanence. Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight. These words offer a profound shift in perspective. Loss is not an aberration, it's the essence of existence. Recognizing this allows us to move beyond fear and engage with life more openly and authentically. The freedom of detachment. Detachment, as the Stoics teach, is not about apathy or indifference. It is about understanding what is truly within our control and releasing our emotional dependence on what is not. When we detach from the fear of loss, we discover a powerful freedom, the ability to live with courage, gratitude, and purpose. Imagine facing a setback without despair or accepting the end of a chapter in your life with grace. This is the freedom the Stoics championed, a life unshackled by the weight of fear and anchored in resilience. Practical Stoic strategies to overcome fear of loss. The Stoics provide practical tools to help us confront and detach from the fear of loss. Practice. Negative visualization. Epictetus recommended imagining life without the things you cherish, not to incite sadness, but to deepen your appreciation and prepare for change. By envisioning loss, you can reduce its sting if it occurs and cultivate gratitude in the present. Focus on what you control. Much of what we fear losing is outside our control: other people's actions, material possessions, or the passage of time. The Stoics teach us to direct our energy toward what we can influence: our thoughts, actions, and values. Reframe loss as transformation. Marcus Aurelius saw loss as part of nature's cycle. Ask yourself, what opportunities for growth or change might arise from this loss? How can I use this experience to strengthen my character? Anchor your identity in virtue, not possessions. The Stoics believed that our true worth lies in our character, not in what we own or achieve. When you root your sense of self in virtues like wisdom, courage, and kindness, no external loss can diminish your value. Accept impermanence. Everything in life is temporary: relationships, achievements, even life itself. By embracing impermanence, we can approach each moment with gratitude and live fully without clinging to what cannot last. Living without fear. When we detach from the fear of loss, we gain more than just peace of mind. We gain the courage to take risks, the ability to love deeply, and the freedom to pursue what truly matters. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, taught that adversity, including loss, is not something to be avoided, but a teacher to be embraced. By shifting our mindset, we can transform fear into strength. Loss becomes not an end, but a transition, a doorway to new possibilities and deeper understanding. Take a moment to consider, what are you most afraid of losing? Is it a relationship, a sense of security, or a cherished possession? Ask yourself, how might my life change if I let go of the fear surrounding this loss? What opportunities for growth or freedom might emerge? The Stoics remind us that life's greatest treasures, wisdom, integrity, and inner peace, cannot be taken from us. When we detach from external dependencies, we discover a strength that no loss can diminish. Imagine living without fear, embracing each day with courage and gratitude. Picture yourself taking bold steps toward your goals, forming deep connections without hesitation, and facing change with resilience. This is the life Stoicism offers, a life rooted in purpose, unshaken by the inevitability of loss. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. Let this reminder guide you to live fully, love deeply, and release what no longer serves you. In doing so, you will not only overcome the fear of loss, but also unlock a life of profound freedom and joy." Secret 11. Embrace impermanence, the Stoic secret to inner peace and resilience. Life, in its essence, is a constant dance of change. Seasons shift, relationships evolve, and moments of joy or sorrow pass like waves returning to the sea. Yet, as natural as impermanency is, we often resist it, clinging to what we wish to preserve or mourning what we've lost. The Stoics, wise in the ways of life's transience, taught that accepting impermanence is not a source of sorrow, but a path to liberation and peace. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, captured this beautifully in his Meditations. Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight. These words remind us that to live fully, we must embrace change, not as an enemy, but as the natural rhythm of existence. The resistance to change. Our instinct to resist change is rooted in fear. We fear losing what we love, stepping into the unknown, or facing discomfort. This resistance often traps us in a cycle of anxiety and attachment as we try to control the uncontrollable. Epictetus, whose wisdom emerged from a life of adversity, offered a profound insight. Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens. This teaching invites us to focus on our responses rather than clinging to what is inevitably fleeting. The gift of impermanence. Far from being a source of despair, impermanence offers a powerful gift, the opportunity to savor life's fleeting moments. When we recognize that everything is temporary, we become more present, more grateful, and more attuned to the beauty of the now. Imagine how differently you might experience life if you approached each day with the awareness that it will never come again. The laughter of a loved one, the warmth of the sun on your face, even the challenges you face, all are part of a unique and irreplaceable moment. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, taught that life's transience is not something to be feared, but embraced. Like a river that is always flowing, life is enriched by its constant motion. Practical Stoic strategies to embrace impermanence. The Stoics provide practical tools to help us accept and even celebrate life's impermanence. Reflect on mortality. The Stoics practiced memento mori, the contemplation of death, not to dwell on sorrow, but to inspire appreciation for life. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." Reflecting on mortality reminds us to prioritize what truly matters. Practice gratitude. When we acknowledge that everything is temporary, gratitude naturally follows. Each moment becomes a gift, and we learn to cherish what we have while we have it. Detach from outcomes. Epictetus urged us to focus on what is within our control, our thoughts, actions, and values, and release attachment to external results. This detachment allows us to engage fully with life without being paralyzed by fear of change. Find joy in the present. The Stoics emphasized the importance of living in the moment. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "Confine yourself to the present." By grounding ourselves in the here and now, we free ourselves from regrets about the past or anxieties about the future. View challenges as opportunities. Change often brings challenges, but the Stoics saw these as opportunities for growth. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this moment of transition? How can I use this experience to strengthen my character? The freedom of accepting change. When we embrace impermanence, we free ourselves from the burden of resistance. Instead of fearing loss or clinging to what was, we find the courage to engage with life as it is. This mindset brings resilience as we learn to adapt to change with grace and clarity. Marcus Aurelius likened life to a play. Life is like a play. It's not the length, but the excellence of the acting that matters. By accepting impermanence, we focus not on prolonging every scene, but on bringing meaning and presence to each moment. Take a moment to consider, what are you holding on to that no longer serves you? What changes in your life have you resisted, and how might embracing them bring peace and growth? The Stoics remind us that life's transience is not something to fight against, but a reality to be celebrated. When we accept impermanence, we find a deeper appreciation for the present, a greater resilience in the face of change, and a profound freedom to live authentically. Imagine living with the confidence that no matter what changes come, you have the strength to navigate them. Picture yourself embracing each day with gratitude, savoring the beauty of life's fleeting moments without fear or attachment. This is the gift of Stoicism, a path to peace, not through controlling the world, but through understanding its nature. As Epictetus wisely noted, don't demand that things happen as you wish, but wish that they happen as they do, and you will go on well. Let this wisdom guide you to embrace impermanence, finding freedom and fulfillment in life's ever-changing flow. Sacred 12. Prioritize growth over comfort, the Stoic path to true fulfillment. In a world that often glorifies ease and convenience, the idea of deliberately seeking discomfort may seem counterintuitive. Yet, the Stoics understood that true growth arises not from avoiding challenges, but from confronting them head-on. To prioritize growth over comfort is to choose the path of wisdom, resilience, and lasting fulfillment over fleeting pleasures and temporary relief. Epictetus, who transformed personal hardship into enduring wisdom, reminds us, difficulties are things that show a person what they are. By embracing challenges, we uncover strengths we never knew we possessed and cultivate a character that can withstand life's inevitable storms. The comfort trap. Modern life offers countless comforts, from the convenience of technology to the lure of instant gratification. While these comforts provide temporary ease, they can also lull us into complacency, dulling our drive and limiting our potential. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, warned against the seductive pull of comfort. You are accustomed to comfort. You were not made for rest, but for action. This statement is a call to arms, a reminder that life's richest rewards are found not in avoiding discomfort, but in pursuing meaningful growth. The case for growth. Prioritizing growth over comfort doesn't mean rejecting all pleasures or enduring unnecessary suffering. Instead, it's about choosing what adds depth, strength, and purpose to your life, even if it requires effort and sacrifice. Growth often lies on the other side of discomfort: the courage to pursue a challenging goal, the humility to learn from failure, or the discipline to cultivate new habits. When we prioritize growth, we align ourselves with the Stoic ideal of living virtuously and intentionally, striving to become the best version of ourselves. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, emphasized this pursuit of excellence, teaching that the path to a fulfilled life is paved with effort, self-discipline, and perseverance. Practical Stoic strategies for prioritizing growth. The Stoics provide practical guidance for embracing growth over comfort in our daily lives. Seek voluntary discomfort. Practice small acts of discomfort to build resilience. Epictetus advised training your body and mind to endure challenges, saying, "Make practice of your discomforts for the purpose of greater strength." For example, take a cold shower, skip a luxury, or engage in a difficult conversation you've been avoiding. Focus on long-term gains. Marcus Aurelius emphasized aligning actions with long-term values. Before making a decision, ask yourself, will this bring me closer to the person I want to become? Choose what serves your growth rather than what provides immediate gratification. Learn from failure. The Stoics viewed failure not as defeat, but as an opportunity for growth. When faced with setbacks, reflect on what they can teach you and how they can shape your character. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Commit to continuous learning. Growth requires a mindset of curiosity and humility. Read widely, seek mentorship, and remain open to feedback. As Seneca noted, while we teach, we learn. Every challenge is an opportunity to deepen your understanding. Cultivate self-discipline. Discipline is the cornerstone of growth. Practice making small, consistent efforts toward your goals, even when motivation wanes. Over time, these habits compound, leading to significant progress. The rewards of choosing growth. When you prioritize growth over comfort, you unlock a life of purpose and fulfillment. Challenges that once seemed insurmountable become stepping stones to success. Your confidence grows as you prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you imagined. This mindset also enhances your relationships and contributions to the world. By becoming stronger, wiser, and more resilient, you inspire those around you to do the same. As Epictetus taught, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Growth requires stepping outside your comfort zone, even if it means facing doubt or criticism. Consider your own life. Are there areas where comfort has held you back from pursuing growth? Perhaps it's a dream you've postponed, a fear you've avoided, or a habit you've struggled to change. What might your life look like if you chose growth instead? The Stoics remind us that true fulfillment comes not from ease, but from effort. As you move forward, embrace the challenges that life presents, knowing they are opportunities to strengthen your character and deepen your purpose. Imagine a life where you wake each day with the courage to pursue meaningful goals, the resilience to face setbacks, and the wisdom to grow from every experience. This is the life the Stoics envisioned, a life of action, intention, and profound fulfillment. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one." Choose growth today and watch as it transforms not only your character, but the impact you have on the world. Let the discomfort of the moment pave the way for the strength, wisdom, and joy of a well-lived life. Secret 13. Stop comparing yourself to others. The Stoic path to inner peace and self-mastery. In an era dominated by social media and constant connectivity, the temptation to compare ourselves to others is stronger than ever. We measure our achievements, appearances, and even our worth against curated images and fleeting moments of success displayed by others. Yet, the Stoics, ancient philosophers who understood the complexities of human nature, warn us that comparison is a thief of joy and a barrier to personal growth. Marcus Aurelius, in his timeless work Meditations, wrote, "Don't waste time worrying about what other people do or think. Do your own duty and be satisfied with that." These words challenge us to redirect our focus from external validation to internal mastery, reminding us that true fulfillment lies not in outperforming others, but in aligning with our own values and purpose. The trap of comparison. Comparison often starts innocently enough. A glance at a friend's new achievement, a social media post celebrating someone's success. But unchecked, it can spiral into feelings of inadequacy, resentment, or a relentless pursuit of approval. When we compare ourselves to others, we hand over our peace of mind to external circumstances beyond our control. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher who lived as both a slave and a teacher of freedom, emphasized this point. Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. Others' successes, failures, and opinions are not within our power to influence. Fixating on them only distracts us from what truly matters, our own journey. The freedom of focusing on yourself. The Stoics understood that comparing ourselves to others is a futile exercise. Each person has their own path, shaped by unique circumstances, choices, and values. By focusing on our own progress, we free ourselves from the constant need for validation and reconnect with what makes our journey meaningful. Imagine a runner on a track. If they spend their time watching the lanes of other competitors, they risk losing sight of their own path. The same is true in life. When we center our attention on our own goals and values, we run our race with clarity and purpose. Practical Stoic strategies to stop comparing. The Stoics provide practical tools to help us break free from the cycle of comparison and find fulfillment within ourselves. Define your own standards. Epictetus urged us to focus on our character and actions rather than external benchmarks. Ask yourself, what do I value most? What does success mean to me? By defining your own standards, you create a compass that guides your decisions, independent of others' opinions. Practice gratitude. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on the blessings in his life, finding contentment in what he had rather than longing for what he didn't. Start each day by listing 3 things you're grateful for. This shifts your focus from what's missing to what's abundant in your life. Reframe jealousy as inspiration. Instead of envying others' achievements, use them as motivation. Ask yourself, what can I learn from their success? How can I apply that to my own journey? This turns comparison into a tool for growth rather than a source of discouragement. Limit social media consumption. The Stoics valued simplicity and intentionality. If social media fuels comparison, consider limiting your time on these platforms or curating your feed to include content that uplifts and inspires you. Focus on what you can control. Epictetus taught that true peace comes from directing our energy toward what lies within our control, our thoughts, actions, and responses. Let go of what others are doing and focus on improving yourself one step at a time. The rewards of letting go. When we stop comparing ourselves to others, we unlock a profound sense of freedom and inner peace. No longer tethered to external benchmarks, we can focus on what truly matters, living in alignment with our values, pursuing our passions, and appreciating the unique gifts we bring to the world. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, likened life to a banquet. Each person is served a different portion, and the goal is not to covet what others have, but to savor what is on your plate. This metaphor reminds us to celebrate our own journey and trust that it is enough. Take a moment to pause and ask yourself, how often do I compare my life to others? How might my perspective shift if I focused on my own growth instead? The Stoics invite us to step away from the noise of comparison and into the clarity of self-awareness. When we let go of the need to measure up to others, we find the courage to live authentically and the freedom to define success on our own terms. Imagine a life where you wake each day with gratitude for your unique path, unshaken by others' opinions or achievements. Picture yourself pursuing your goals with confidence, knowing that your worth is not determined by comparison, but by the integrity of your actions. This is the gift of Stoicism, a reminder that the only race worth running is your own. As Marcus Aurelius wisely wrote, "Be content with what you are and what you have. Learn to live without envy." Let this wisdom guide you to embrace your journey, finding peace and fulfillment in the simple act of being true to yourself. A Secret 14. Live in the present moment, the Stoic practice of mindful presence. In our fast-paced, goal-driven world, the present moment often feels like a mere stepping stone, a bridge between what was and what might be. We dwell on the past, revisiting regrets and missed opportunities, or we project into the future, chasing success or fearing uncertainty. Yet, the Stoics, with their timeless wisdom, remind us that the present is the only moment we truly possess. To live well is to live fully in the now. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, captured this idea succinctly in his Meditations. Confine yourself to the present. You have only one life. Make it a masterpiece. This profound reminder invites us to anchor ourselves in the present moment, experiencing it fully without being tethered to the weight of the past or the pull of the future. The problem with living elsewhere. Many of us spend our days caught between two temporal illusions. On one hand, we replay past mistakes or cling to nostalgia, wishing we could rewrite history. On the other, we obsess over future outcomes, believing happiness lies just beyond the next milestone or achievement. This fixation on what was, or what might be, robs us of the richness and clarity of the present moment. Epictetus, a former slave turned philosopher, warned against this tendency. How foolish it is to mourn the past or fear the future when the present is all that matters. His words challenge us to break free from this cycle of distraction and embrace the now as the only time that truly belongs to us. The power of presence. When we live in the present moment, we reclaim our attention and energy. We see the world as it is, not through the distorted lens of past regret or future anxiety. This clarity allows us to respond to life's challenges with wisdom and grace. Imagine savoring a meal without scrolling through your phone or listening to a loved one without formulating your next response. These small acts of presence deepen our connections and enrich our experiences. By living fully in the moment, we honor the Stoic principle of appreciating life's fleeting nature. Practical Stoic strategies for living in the present. The Stoics were not just philosophers, but practitioners of mindfulness. They developed techniques to help ground themselves in the present moment, many of which remain highly relevant today. Daily reflection. Marcus Aurelius often began and ended his day with reflection, asking himself how he could live in alignment with his values. At the start of your day, set an intention to be present. In the evening, review how well you stayed grounded in the moment. Focus on what you can control. Much of our distraction comes from worrying about things outside our influence. Epictetus advised, "Focus on your actions and judgments, for they are within your power." By redirecting attention to what we can control, we release the burden of unnecessary concerns. Practice gratitude for the present. Gratitude is a powerful tool for grounding ourselves in the now. Instead of longing for what was or what could be, take a moment to appreciate the simple joys of the present. A kind word, a beautiful sunset, or the rhythm of your breath. Embrace mindful breathing. The Stoics recognized the importance of the breath as a tool for mindfulness. When you feel overwhelmed or distracted, pause and take a few deep breaths, focusing on the sensation of air entering and leaving your body. Limit. Multitasking. Modern life often demands multitasking, but this habit pulls us away from the present. Commit to doing one thing at a time, whether it's working, eating, or spending time with loved ones. The rewards of mindful living. Living in the present moment transforms how we experience life. We become more engaged, more attuned to our surroundings, and more resilient in the face of challenges. This practice doesn't eliminate pain or difficulty, but it allows us to face them with a calm and focused mind. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, likened life to a journey. He taught that by focusing on each step, rather than the destination, we discover meaning and joy in the process itself. This perspective encourages us to find fulfillment in the act of living rather than in some distant goal. Pause for a moment and ask yourself, how often do I truly live in the present? What might change in my life if I embraced this moment fully, without distraction or judgment? The Stoics invite us to see the present as a gift, a fleeting opportunity to live with intention, gratitude, and purpose. By grounding ourselves in the now, we unlock a profound sense of freedom and peace. Imagine a life where you wake each day with the clarity to focus on what matters, the courage to let go of what doesn't, and the presence to savor each moment as it unfolds. This is the gift of Stoicism, not an escape from life's challenges, but a guide to living fully within them. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do every act of your life as if it were your last." Let this wisdom inspire you to embrace the present moment, making it the foundation of a life well lived. A Secret 15. Strengthen your inner dialogue, the Stoic art of speaking to yourself with wisdom. The way we speak to ourselves shapes the course of our lives. Our inner dialogue, the constant stream of thoughts and reflections running through our minds, can either empower us or hold us back. For the Stoics, mastering this inner conversation was a cornerstone of living a virtuous and resilient life. By cultivating a wise and supportive inner voice, we can face life's challenges with clarity, confidence, and composure. Epictetus, a former slave who became one of Stoicism's greatest teachers, understood the power of inner dialogue. He taught, "It's not what happens to you, but how you respond to it that matters." The responses Epictetus referred to begin within our own minds, with the words and thoughts we choose to entertain. The power of inner dialogue. Every day, we engage in countless silent conversations with ourselves. We judge our actions, interpret events, and form beliefs about our worth and abilities. This internal chatter can either uplift us, helping us navigate life's complexities, or drag us down, fueling doubt and self-criticism. Marcus Aurelius, in his meditations, frequently addressed his own mind, reminding himself to focus on what matters and reject unhelpful thoughts. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength, he wrote. These words are a testament to the transformative potential of guiding our inner dialogue with intention and wisdom. The danger of negative self-talk. Left unchecked, our inner dialogue can become harsh and self-defeating. We may criticize ourselves for mistakes, compare ourselves unfavorably to others, or dwell on fears and insecurities. This negativity not only undermines our confidence, but also distorts our perception of reality, making challenges seem insurmountable. The Stoics understood that the mind can be both a sanctuary and a battlefield. To master it, we must confront and reframe thoughts that do not serve us. As Epictetus advised, when you are offended at any man's fault, turn to yourself and study your own failings. Then you will forget your anger. This wisdom applies equally to how we judge ourselves, replacing harshness with understanding. Cultivating a Stoic inner dialogue. The Stoics offer practical strategies to strengthen and guide our inner dialogue, turning it into a source of wisdom and resilience. Challenge. Unhelpful thoughts. Epictetus encouraged questioning the validity of our assumptions. Who is harming you? Your own thoughts are. When faced with self-doubt or negativity, ask yourself, is this thought true? Is it helpful? Replace distortions with constructive reflections. Speak to yourself with, Compassion. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself to be patient and forgiving even when he fell short of his ideals. Treat yourself as you would a close friend, with kindness, encouragement, and a focus on progress rather than perfection. Focus on what you can control. Much of our mental anguish stems from dwelling on external factors we cannot change. Redirect your inner dialogue to what lies within your power, your actions, choices, and mindset. This shift fosters empowerment and clarity. Use affirmations of strength. The Stoics often repeated affirmations to ground themselves in their principles. Create simple, meaningful phrases that reinforce your values, such as, "I am resilient," or "I will act with courage." Repeat these during moments of doubt. Reflect daily. Like Marcus Aurelius, dedicate time each day to reflect on your thoughts and actions. Journaling can help you identify recurring patterns in your inner dialogue and cultivate a voice that aligns with your goals and values. The benefits of a strong inner voice. When we strengthen our inner dialogue, we unlock a host of benefits. Challenges become opportunities for growth rather than sources of despair. Our confidence grows as we learn to trust in our ability to navigate life's uncertainties. Relationships improve because a compassionate inner voice makes us more understanding and empathetic toward others. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, believed that the greatest victory is mastery over oneself. A wise inner dialogue is the foundation of this mastery, enabling us to act with purpose and integrity even in the face of adversity. Take a moment to examine your own inner dialogue. Is it supportive or critical? Does it align with your values, or does it echo fears and doubts that hold you back? The Stoics invite us to see our minds as gardens where our thoughts are the seeds. By nurturing positive and constructive thoughts, we cultivate a life of purpose and peace. When we let negative or unhelpful thoughts take root, we create unnecessary suffering. Imagine what your life could look like with a strong and wise inner voice. One that encourages you in moments of challenge, reminds you of your worth, and helps you navigate life's complexities with grace. Picture yourself responding to setbacks, not with despair, but with resolve, guided by a voice that believes in your ability to persevere. This is the power of a Stoic inner dialogue, not to silence all doubt, but to meet it with strength and clarity. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Let this wisdom inspire you to cultivate a mind that is your greatest ally, turning every inner conversation into an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. You've journeyed through the depths of Stoic wisdom, uncovering 8 profound secrets that illuminate the path to a more resilient, purposeful, and fulfilling life. But the power of Stoicism doesn't stop here. Each insight is a step toward unlocking your full potential and living with clarity and strength in every moment. To complete this transformative journey, be sure to revisit the earlier 7 secrets and reflect on how they intertwine with the 8 you've just discovered. Together, these 15 Stoic secrets form a timeless guide to mastering the art of living well. If this series has inspired you, don't keep it to yourself. Click subscribe to join our community and access more life-changing wisdom. Share your thoughts in the comments. What secret has made the greatest impact on your life? Are you ready to apply this wisdom and create a life of purpose and peace? Let's continue exploring the timeless truths of Stoicism together. See you in the next video.